Hey YouTube, Hester781. So today, got a friend of mine's Troy-Bilt XP series 7,000 watt generator. It's got the Briggs & Stratton 21 horse 420cc. As you can tell, it's an outdoor unit, and we have Hurricane Lee coming our way. Right now, you can see signs that it's been stored outside. Sorry, blocking you. Tank is not as bad as I've seen other outdoor generators. Won't start. Hasn't been running for about a year. And like I said, with the upcoming storm, we're trying to get this thing going for him. So let me get you set up in a stand and see what we can do. So first things second, he said that the oil was looking a little milky the last time he looked, and sure enough, there is definitely signs of water. The good news is it hasn't been run like that to his memory, so we're not even going to play around, and we're just going to start by draining the oil. There's no real great place to put you guys where I'm not going to be blocking you, so bear with me. But let's see if I can make a mess. No, definitely saw a little bit of water in the beginning. I don't know if you can see it sort of flowing back there, and there's some gray watery milky nastiness on the plug. So it's a good thing that he didn't get this thing running and that he didn't try starting it, because all the water settles. Now you can definitely see the puddle. The water will settle out towards the bottom. I mean, it is what it is. You know, the water's in there, it's in there. So what we'll most likely do is obviously change the oil, fill it with fresh oil, run it once we do get it running, and then check it. If it's any sort of hazy or looks milky at all, we're going to dump it again, because you absolutely do not want to run milky oil in your generator. So I'll turn you back on when this is emptied. So while the oil's draining, I kind of want to take a sample from the fuel tank. Also want to drop, this is a little sediment bowl. That wasn't even very tight. And it'll just give us an idea of any water or rusty garbage that has sort of settled. Ooh. How's that? Oh boy. If that's any indication of what's in the carb, we may be in trouble. Let's see if anything even flows through. Oh, I missed it. Absolutely pitiful. That is barely dripping. Let's see what it is. And that's not even fuel, that's water. All right, into the carb we go. All right, looks like we got a breather for the fuel tank. I don't know if this will just pry out of the cover or if it'll just be easier to leave it with the cover, probably. Couple of 5/16 flathead screws, very shallow. Are you guys looking? Hold on. That might be better. All right, that's off. We'll tuck that out of our way. Air filter, very crappy, but the least of our worries at the moment. Also, it was very wet. So I never recommend, I mean, if you have to keep your generator outside, put it under some sort of cover. You know, water and Well, water and many things don't mix unless you're a duck or a fish. It just wreaks all sorts of havoc on your equipment. And if you haven't looked, they aren't cheap lately. They weren't cheap to begin with, but now they're worse. Two 10mm nuts should get this off. There we go. There is a gasket on the back that did rip. Not worried about that. I'm pretty sure I have other ones. Choke is moving. I think I tested it before. Fuel shut off. We're gonna have to disconnect that afterwards probably. So right now I should be able to just kind of wheel this forward. No, I think I do have to loosen this choke off. Yep. Can I sneak that out, or do I have to take it all? Yeah, I'll just take it all the way out. So you guys can't really see. Not a lot of room under here for company. There we go. Bracket and bolt. The governor spring, I'll point you over here real quick. Just notice that is very bent, a little cattywampus. So see if we can straighten that out. I might actually have one. So pull this forward. There we go. Make sure you're looking. Perfect. And we're free. Lift up the throttle. Linkage. Get the little spring up and out. And then your choke's just probably gonna twist. Is it a hook? Yeah. Twist out and down. And there you go. One carb. Let's get it over to the bench. All right, let's start from the bottom. Fuel shut off solenoid. I'll be amazed if this thing's actually working. It's not really a fuel shut off solenoid. It's an anti-backfire solenoid, they call it. And sometimes if they get stuck in the closed position, meaning it sits for a long time, that'll be your problem. You know, you'll turn it on, it'll starve for fuel. You don't know what's happening, and it turns out it's that. So let's see how this looks. Oh yeah, it's completely frozen, rusted in place, and there's a sign of things to come. All right, half-inch drive. I'm sorry, half-inch, no, 9/16. Yeah, 9/16. Can't say I'm surprised, because I'm not. Oh yeah, that is crunchy. With every turn of this ratchet, it's going to need a carburetor in my head. Let's see. I mean, it doesn't look like it's, oh yeah, it's plugged right there. It's got, well, honestly, not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it is bad. I can see down to the main jet, and that's plugged solid. Well, you know, not the main jet, the emulsion tube. Obviously, the bowl is full of garbage. Float is still floating. is the pin is stuck. Everything else, choke's moving, throttle's moving. Let's see if we can get that pin out. Is that a spider? Ah, spider just fell out of this carb. Is that good luck? I think that's good luck in Germany. Spider falls out of your carburetor. Anyway, trying to get a good... There we go. I tell you, these Knipex twin grip pliers, worth their weight in gold, in my opinion. Let's look at the pin. I mean, it's still somewhat supple. You think we'll be able to get the main jet, emulsion tube out? Give it a whack. Oop, I think nope. Might have to give this a soak. Yeah, I'm not gonna try it. It's gonna break. All right, let me see what he wants to do. In my opinion, when a carb's this far gone and it's something you're gonna rely on for power for your family, I would just throw a carb at it. But it's not my machine. Let's see what he says. I'll turn you back on. So, as I suspected, he decided we're ordering a new carb. So that means we're gonna jump onto the fuel shutoff. And hopefully I can get this thing out without taking this heat shield off. I'm not sure. Yes, okay. I was gonna say, what a terrible idea if you would have to take the whole bloody fuel tank out. Looks like you just need to push that up out of the way. And we'll see if I either have to replace this, which I probably should. Oh, there's supposed to be a filter right here. So I guess that just answered our question for us. Look at that. How is fuel even getting through that? We already took this off. And yeah, this thing's garbage. Let me see if I actually have one. I might have one. So it turns out I don't have that valve. So I took a drill bit, drilled out the opening, and that's as good a flow as I'm gonna get. So right now I'm just sort of draining down the gas tank because I know for a fact there's water in there. Ordered the valve, I ordered the right carb, filled the oil, and we're running out of things to do on this, so turn you back on when I get some parts. And a couple days later, instantly for you, brand new carb. Also, we got a new fuel valve with an added fuel screen. So I think that should be all we need. I did drain the old fuel out of it, and it's honestly, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. I blew it out a couple times just to get some of the dust out. Honestly, most of that's from the rim here. Like I said, the fuel tank is discontinued. We're not going to worry about it. I don't even want to clean up the metal that's there. I've already wiped it and blew it out, but if I just, it's going to be, no point. I'm going to clean it up and then it's going to rust up again. So anyway, let me get you in the stand. We'll get that carb thrown in. All right, sorry about the lighting. It's kind of is what it is at the moment. My drop light is currently broken. So we're just going to slide the new gasket on. And now, I've already sort of fed the choke cable in because that's the trickiest part. I'm working around you directly in the middle, so I'm going to do my best to stay out of your way. You can actually see what I'm doing for once. It's just fighting me. The linkage is right on top, but linkage is going to drop right in, just like a Honda setup. And then slide that right on and over. perfect. Choke, right now I got it in the full open position, and I'm just gonna get it close for now. Obviously do the adjustment afterwards. You're just seeing it, all you're seeing is my arm, it looks like. Let's get this bolt started. All right. Tighten that down for now, because I think that might actually be where we want to keep it. Because if that stays like that, then we're set. Again, we can always check it at the end. All right. Next, the outer gasket. And now is when I should take 2 seconds, put the fuel valve in the tank. And like you saw before, you can sneak this valve in without popping the heat shield off. It's just a bit tight, but as long as you take your time, push up on the shield. You imagine doing this in a rainstorm? All right, there we go. It started. Push up while you're spinning it. And you're good. Don't go crazy on this thing. One more turn. And then she'll be tight. Right about there is where I'll stop. It doesn't want to go any further. And now I'll just cinch down the nut. And that should be good. Yeah, good to go. Excellent. Throw this fuel line on. And the 2 clamps. Beauty. All right, throw this metal air cleaner box back on. Make sure to tuck in the breather hose. We'll do that after. All right, that's all in and tightened down. Now I'm gonna try out the choke. So watch, there's the little tip of the plate. You should see it close right now. Reclose. Yeah. And now open. Excellent. Now we'll button her up with a nice new air filter. So now the last thing is to connect your kill wires. Can't mess it up. Male to female, female to male. If that still makes sense in today's world. Goes right over here. And there was a clip on the old harness. I have to swap that over. It's the little details that'll get you. And this goes right into this hole. Obviously, if you broke it or if you can't find it, just zip tie it. It just keeps it from interfering with the linkage over there. All right, I think we're ready to toss some fuel in, see if we got any leaks, and fire her up. Right, so because I know that this was functioning perfectly fine for him as a generator, I'm not extremely concerned with load testing it, and I'm also honestly not equipped. I mean, if I were James Condon, I'd have, you know, 5 heaters set up right now and, you know, everything ready to go, but Unfortunately, I'm not set up for generators, and it's not really a problem in this case. So I got it full of fuel. I just turned on the fuel valve. Make sure we're not pouring all over the floor, and we are not. So let's fire it up. Fire in the hole. So, unfortunately, if you haven't guessed, the end footage of the generator got corrupted or lost or unrecoverable. But anyway, to sum up, if you didn't notice at the end, we had no power. After some diagnosing and looking, it turned out to be the AVR unit. I don't know what made it go. I mean, it's been sitting outside for a few years, and it was putting out about 45 volts. I went and looked. I actually looked at one of James Condon's videos on the exact same generator. So shout out to James. Thank you, buddy. And yeah, so threw in an AVR, and it's working perfectly now. Runs great. Anyway. Well, anyway, that's going to wrap it up for this one, guys. Nice, quick, easy carburetor. Fuel shut off. Sorry about the corrupted footage there. It does happen. Got to get better about saving it. And, of course, the AVR. But, yeah, she's back, ready to power up the house. And I want to thank you guys for liking, commenting, subscribing. And we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.